Well, do you have something that you need to do but just keep putting it off? Well, it happens to most of us at some stage, so we hit the streets to ask why and how you procrastinate.
So tell me, what do you put off that you know you should be doing?
Answering emails.
Everything, household chores, doing my finances.
Well, I'm a uni student, so I'd say it's very common for uni students to be on Facebook a lot.
You do get distracted, don't you? So how can you break the procrastination habit? Psychologist Dr. Peter Stebbins has some helpful hints. Good morning to you. Now look, why do we put things off?
Morning, Kochie. Well, we put things off simply because to put them off gives us a short-term gain. It's great to avoid something that's either boring, repetitive, or maybe anxiety-provoking, because in doing that, we're able to rest and relax. Of course, the longer we put things off, though, the more likely we're going to have a long-term consequence. So it does have a downside, but we put it off because we get a short-term benefit.
So what are some of the things that we procrastinate about the most? The really boring sort of chores that have to be done at home, cleaning the bathroom, stuff like that?
Well, Mel, you've highlighted it, and as some of the viewers highlighted, looking at emails, hanging around on Facebook, the chores, there's two categories of things. There's things that people find boring and monotonous, and I'm sure we can all think about a big list of those that we have to do every day that we try and put off. And then there's things people are afraid of or scary or anxiety-provoking, and we also like to avoid them. But in terms of naming specific things, think about it this way. There's two categories of people, if you like. There's the introverts, and obviously what they love doing is perhaps non-social or things that aren't socially focused. So they love reading, they love doing things in their own space. So they would like to put off a lot of social activities, a lot of getting out of their comfort zone there. Then there's the extroverts, which is perhaps like us, and we would probably much more be out talking and engaging with people and putting off tasks that are more detail-focused and perhaps administrative.
OK, now help us out. You've got 5 steps that we can fix ourselves up.
Fantastic. OK, so the first thing we need to do is take a look at and recognise, and this is something I think we're already good at, when we're procrastinating. So do we understand and are we aware that it's happening? You know, there's that little guilty conscience that ticks in the background. Have you guys ever experienced that?
Oh, yeah. Too right.
Absolutely. So once we know that's going on, we've then got to ask ourselves, what's it all about? And that's when we can get really practical. I like the Nike thing, we just have to do it, you know. The second step really is committing and doing and just getting on and doing it. Analysis paralysis, thinking, that's our enemy when we're beating procrastination, whereas action is our friend. The third thing we need to do is give ourselves a reward. And one of the problems I had, particularly when I was writing up some long, complicated reports and things, is I gave myself the reward before I finished, which wasn't very smart at all. We need to give ourselves a reward, but be giving it afterwards. Yeah, no, I was a bit sneaky there and I broke the rules.
And I
obviously
set myself a deadline, and you've got to stick to it.
Absolutely.
Rather than keep putting it off.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the deadline, obviously try and put a negative consequence behind it as well. So not only are you going to get the reward if you make the deadline, but if you can, deny yourself something. The more pressure and urgency you can put into making yourself overcome procrastination, the better.
Yeah. All right, Pete, thank you for that.
Thanks.
Very good advice indeed.
Not a problem. Thanks, guys.
Have a good day.